Look up from your telescope, take me on this journey.
What's good, y'all? She gets this Erica Main back again with another amazing All American video. And as y'all know, I'm breaking down what to expect from specific characters in season 4. This video is all about Layla Keating. Let's get into it. All right, y'all. So we're going to start the season off with Layla, of course, in the grips of Carrie. But I am under the impression that she's going to make it out. She's going to be okay. We still don't know whether she saves herself, whether her father saves her, whether Miss Baker comes through and saves her. All signs are pointing to Olivia isn't the one who actually comes and saves her, even though that's what I thought at the end of the season. But we also see Olivia show up for Spencer at the hospital when Coop is taken there after being shot by Mo. So I don't think that she's actually going to be making her way to also support or save Layla. But we know that Layla gets saved, or we can assume that she's going to be okay. That's going to be one of the cliffhangers that is addressed very early on and is dealt with, and we don't have to worry about it. And thank God, because Spencer's going to be worried about Layla once he finds out about that, as well as Coop. And we do know that there's going to be at least a little bit of time of him worrying about it, because they mentioned this in the synopsis when he finds out about Coop and Layla. And if you missed it, I did a synopsis breakdown for episode 1. I'll link it in the description box down below and the cards above, so that you can check that out after you watch this video, so that you can get my full breakdown of what I think based on the synopsis that they provided for us. Also, y'all have done amazing in supporting my video I did for the teaser for this season, but if you haven't seen that already, it's got 35,000 views and counting, and you should go ahead and check that out as well. I did a breakdown of the season 4 teaser when they released that about a month ago. That will also be linked in the description box down below and the cards above. Okay, so what can we expect from Layla after we know that she's okay? I think that this is going to be a really transformative year for Layla, or a transformative season for Layla, and I'm really excited to see it. I think that the whole Carrie situation is going to help drive her closer to her friends, because I do, and I have said this from the very beginning, but Carrie was only able to enter the circumstances or enter the scene because Layla was already so alone. Layla and Olivia were like trying to make their way back to each other. Layla is not speaking to Spencer. Layla and Coop are going back and forth because of, Preach bringing a little bit of tension there. And she felt very, very alienated and alone. And literally, Carrie popped up on her doorstep at that exact moment while she was reviewing some Instagram photos from Grace's graduation party, seeing Spencer and Olivia in the picture together, having to start to come to terms with this is potentially happening, this is going to happen, they love each other, they want to be together, so she's going to have to deal with that. Their friendship has suffered in the midst of that, and she also feels like an outsider, and then Carrie was able to come in. Now that she's going to have seen, Carrie for who she is, and all of the crazy that comes with her, made it out of the situation in which Carrie was trying to kill the both of them, I think that it's going to drive her closer to her friends. So we're going to see her double down in her relationship with Olivia. I do think that this is also going to push her to actually forgive Spencer and move to a healthy place of them actually being able to interact with one another. And if the Carrie thing doesn't do it, then the Coop thing is going to do it. Either way, these two are going to start to interact in this season, and I'm actually really excited to see this healing journey and see them interact in this way, just because I do believe that they can be really, really great friends for one another, and they push each other to be great people, and both of them need that. So I am looking forward to Layla rekindling her friendship and becoming, like, learning how to really be in the friend space with Spencer and Olivia, and then also seeing her support their relationship, because I do think that we're going to also get, if I know NK and her writing, I think in the team, I think that we are going to see Layla start to champion Olivia and support them, and I think that that's going to be a really great thing to see. So I'm expecting that from her in the season. On a personal note, I'm also expecting in her dealing with her feelings around, what has happened, the trauma that she has gone through, some of the lows that she's experienced. I think in championing Olivia and supporting both of her friends, she's also going to open herself up to new opportunities in relationships. And no, I'm still not calling it for Jayla, y'all. Y'all are not going to get me on this Jayla train. So you can go ahead and just stop it. Jordan and Layla, I do not want to be the thing. Just the same way that I do not want Simone and Damon to be a thing. They can go ahead and keep that. Return to sender. I did not ask, I did not order, it is going back. So I am not going to say that in this video, but I do see Layla potentially dating other people. I would love for her not to get into a committed relationship, but really just start to explore other people and really figure out, what she likes and what she doesn't like, what she's going to stand for, what she's not going to stand for, and us actually get to see them date. Like, not necessarily be so focused on one person, but focus on themselves and their happiness. And I would love to see that play out in Layla's storyline in this season. So we could see Christian Mosley return. Maybe he could be a potential option, but then there could also be new people that pop up. Again, we don't want to see Jayla, so moving on. We're also going to see her finish up senior year just like everybody else, and she's going to have to make a decision of if she's going to go to college or if she's just going to double down in her record label. With Coop shot, and I do think that Coop is in a coma in the first half of the season, so she's not necessarily working. Her only other client is Patience, and Patience ain't going to be in the mood, or she's going to be worried about Coop, so she ain't going to be performing either. So that might put a halt to the record label thing a little bit, which could have her refocus on, okay, well, what is my next option, and potentially going to college, because Layla is one of the people that I kind of felt like out of everyone doesn't necessarily need to go, because she's created a life and a career for herself in high school already, or at least started to. But I can see her going through the motions of like having to make that decision and really figure out what she wants to do and where she wants to go, and that could really set us up for season 5. There's been things going around the internet where they're talking about season 5 is going to be a short thing, and I'm hoping so that we can actually see them go off into college and start to flourish. And somehow, some way, I do feel like Layla, Spencer, Olivia, and maybe even Jordan are going to end up at the same college. So we could see that actually happening. I also think that we're going to see Layla and her dad's relationship become stronger in the season, especially after this traumatic incident with Carrie. So we're going to see more of that. And again, I think we're going to see an evolution and a blossoming of Layla. We're going to see her really step into her strength, into her maturity. We're going to see her boss up even more. We're going to get to see a bunch of looks, and I'm really, really excited. So those are my quick thoughts on what we can expect from Layla Keating in season 4. Let me know what you are expecting from Layla in the season in the comment section down below. If you're new here, I'm Erica Vane, and I break down All American in depth, honey, in depth. Turn your bell notifications on and hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my All American videos. The new season will be premiering in less than 2 weeks, and I'm coming to you every day with new content, with new things to talk about, really deep diving into the world of All American, and I think that you should join me. The comment section is lit, so I'm about to head there now. Join me, post a comment, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!